Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a talk through get ready with me like I mentioned in my first video that I posted last week. If you watched that video, I just want to say thank you for all the support. I've gotten a bunch of support from a bunch of friends and family, so I think that's really awesome and I really appreciate everybody. And yeah, I'm gonna try not to ramble too much in this video like I kind of did in the last one. And I also want to apologize for the background. So this is my husband and I's spare bedroom in our apartment, and it's kind of like it's like my makeup room plus his office and just kind of extra stuff room for the stuff that we don't really have room for. So that's all his stuff in the back, our vacuum cleaners right there. It's kind of just a mess, but yeah, we're going to talk about some exciting things in this video, some updates about where I've been and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of play around with some makeup and use a couple of things that I haven't used in quite a while and all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in this video, please keep watching, and if you are interested in any of my videos, please like and subscribe down below. And so I've already moisturized and sprayed my face with my e.l.f. Dewy Plus Glow moisturizer and mist that I used in my previous video. So now that that's kind of set in, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm trying to use some stuff that I didn't use in my last video to kind of make this a little bit different, but there is going to be some stuff that I'm using from the previous video only because I have been a big fan of the stuff that I used in that video. But anyways, so I don't even really know where to start with this update. So the last time I made a video was about 5 years ago, so that was my senior year of high school. So since then I have obviously graduated from high school, and I also went to cosmetology school. I went to Paul Mitchell, the school in my home state, and I was in school for about a year and a half, and I enjoyed it. I am now a licensed cosmetologist from going to cosmetology school, so I am a licensed hairdresser. I did work in a salon for just a little over 2 years before my husband and I moved. That's something else too. I did get married, so I don't even think, no. In none of my last few videos from 5 years ago that are on my channel, we were not together. So we started dating in December of 2014, and he actually went to school out of state, so we did kind of the whole long distance relationship thing for well, it was basically all 4 years of him being in college, but it was basically 9 months out of the year until he came home for summer break. So it was difficult, but it was nothing that I wasn't used to because that's how our relationship always was. It wasn't like we started dating back in high school and then we had to do the whole long distance thing, which I think would have made it a million times harder. We started talking to each other when he was home for winter break his freshman year of college, and yeah, we just kind of started dating. We never really, stopped talking to each other or anything. And I guess if you want to know a little bit more of a backstory to our relationship and all that kind of stuff, I'll do a separate video on that. But yeah, we always did the whole long distance thing, so it wasn't as difficult for me as I think it would have been had we had started dating before that. I'm just gonna go in with my foundation. I'm gonna do the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. I haven't used this in a while, and I think because it always seemed a little too dark on me, so I guess we'll find out today whether or not it still looks too dark. So we dated for 4 years, right? Because we never really had an anniversary date, so it's kind of hard to tell, but it was about 4 years that we had been together before we got engaged, and we got married this past October of 2018. I'm just gonna go in with my Morphe. This is the Y6, but I've learned that now it's the M6 because they got rid of this like gold collection. And we're just going to blend that out. So yeah, so we got engaged in June of last year and got married in October. So this October we'll have been married for 1 year already, which is crazy because it is just going by so fast. And yeah, so we moved from our home state back in the Northeast to down here in Texas, and Texas is okay. Where we live in Texas, there's not a whole lot to do. It is a very small city with just not a lot. There's no Target. Our biggest department store is Walmart, which is fine, but Walmart doesn't usually have the deals that Target does, and it's not the same going on like a Walmart trip, you know? Target's just fun. So yeah, we don't have a Target. I don't have a Dunkin' Donuts, which has been like the worst thing for me because being from the Northeast, as I'm sure a lot of people that may watch this that are from the Northeast can agree with me, Dunkin' Donuts is just like our thing. I know there's some people from the Northeast that don't like Dunkin' Donuts, but Dunkin' Donuts was my thing. I got it every single day before work. That was my coffee run. And we don't have a Dunkin' down here. And we have a Starbucks. And I have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of Starbucks. They have too many options. I feel like they never make my drink right unless I order something that's literally right off the menu. So I've kind of given up on getting coffee from there, and I usually get just a venti pink drink. I'm just going to take my e.l.f. sponge and kind of just pat the rest of this into my skin just to make sure I don't have any like brush strokes on my face. So yeah, we've been in Texas now since the beginning of April, so that's about, let's see, April, May, June, so like 4 months now. And it's okay. We're actually moving on to base in the next like less than 2 weeks, which is super exciting. So when we first moved down here, they didn't have like any housing available on base, so we had to move into an apartment, and the apartment has been not the greatest. It was okay for like, I'd say the first like few weeks, and there's just so many problems and just so many issues that I don't want to get into, but we can't stand it. So my husband put in an application for us again about like a month ago, I want to say, and we finally got approved for a house. They have a bunch of houses available, which is super exciting. So within the next couple weeks, we're going to be moving on base. So again, I will have like a new background. Hopefully it won't be full of all of our crap. But yeah, so now I'm going to go in with my Rimmel. This is like the Stay Matte Concealer, but literally everything has rubbed off of it. So I couldn't tell you like what the color is or anything. Probably in porcelain, I'm gonna say, because that's what I usually get in my concealers. So we're just going to pop that under my eyes. I honestly really love this concealer. It's a nice lightweight concealer, but it definitely has good coverage. You do have to build it up a little bit, but I really like it. Like this color that I'm using right now is like perfect. It's not super light, it brightens my eyes, but it's not like ghostly like white like the e.l.f. one is. But I'm also not a huge like full coverage person. I'm going to go in with my Coty Airspun powder. This is just my everyday under eye powder. So yeah, so we talked about graduating high school, going to cosmetology school. If you want a whole video about like my experience in cosmetology school, let me know. I feel like that would be a fun video to do. I could talk a little bit about our dog. So her name is Nova. She is a little over a year old and she is a husky mix. We don't know what she's mixed with. We actually want to do a doggy DNA test. You can actually do that just like you do kind of like the 23andMe type thing for humans. They do it for dogs too. So yeah, we want to do that. But anyway, so she's a little over a year old from what the shelter told us. It took us a while to adopt a dog. That was like our one thing that we really wanted to do once we had a place to live, was we wanted to get our own dog, because my husband and I both grew up with dogs, and obviously our family dogs we had to leave at home because they weren't ours. And a house or apartment, you know, wherever you live, just feels really empty, at least to us, when you don't have a dog. I'm going in with my Rimmel Stay Matte powder like I did in my last video to set my foundation. So once we actually got our apartment, I kind of started looking at well, we started looking at dogs before we even moved. We just wanted to see kind of what our options were with shelters, and there was a shelter down here that we were interested in adopting from because they were right in the city that we're in, and they had a lot of dogs that we were interested in. So when we got down here and we were looking for a place to live, I was kind of just, you know, getting our stuff together, just kind of, you know, trying to get the ball rolling, so that way once we did have a place to live, we could, you know, just, we'd be on the right track to get a dog. And it turned out that the shelter that used to be down here ended up moving locations. They went through a lot of crap, and honestly, I ended up not being a very big fan of theirs anyways. But that's a whole nother thing that I'm just not going to get into because that's a lot for this video. But basically, we went on like adoptapet.com, I believe it was, and put like what our location was and how far we were willing to travel to go pick up a dog. And we had a list of different dogs that we liked, that we thought were cute. I'm gonna go in with my Hoola bronzer to warm up my face a little bit. And it was tough. There was a lot of people that we could tell just didn't want to adopt to us because we live in an apartment. So finally, we came across our Nova girl, and we sent an inquiry just saying that, you know, we were really interested in her and that, you know, we would love to adopt her. And the people from that shelter emailed us like immediately. I think it was like the next day they emailed us, and they were like, oh my god, she's such a good dog, we would love to send you an application, and you know, you can come whenever you want to meet her. And the shelter that we adopted her from was only about an hour and a half away from us, so we put in the application for her and we got approved. And we ended up going on a Saturday to meet her. We thought we were going to be able to take her home that day, but there was a like miscommunication. We didn't have everything all figured out, but we met her on a Saturday, absolutely fell in love with her, and she was just so happy to like be around people. And we ended up, I went and picked her up the Monday after. So we got her like the end of April, and she is just the absolute best dog. She has the best temperament. She is so just calm, and she doesn't hardly ever bark, which is rare for huskies because usually huskies make a lot of noise. I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in pearlescent pink. Haven't used this in a while either, so I figured why not use it today. But yeah, so she has such a good temperament. She's so calm. Honestly, she loves to sleep. That's what she does most of the time. But she does love to play, which is so exciting. She has so many toys already, and we've only had her for like 3 months, which is crazy. And I think we all just kind of like fell in love with each other immediately. Like when we met her and they took her out of her kennel and everything, she just like ran up to us. We gave her so much attention, and she wasn't standoffish at all. It was like she was thankful, like she knew that someone was coming to get her. And the crazy part is when we like put in our inquiry for her, she had only been at the shelter for like 2 weeks. She's all white. She has some like dark spots on her, but she also has heterochromia, which if you don't know what that is, that's just the really technical term of her having 2 different colored eyes. So one eye is brown and one eye is blue. And no one can understand how or why this dog was even brought to a shelter when she's as like just perfect as she is, but she was meant to be ours. So I'm gonna go in with my Milani highlighter like I did in my last video. So yeah, that's our little story about our Nova girl. Also, that was her name when we adopted her. We didn't want to change it. We like her name, and at this point too, you know, I don't know how long she had that name. I don't know if that was the name she had when she was surrendered. I don't know if the shelter had to give her a name or renamed her, but that's what she responded to. And we didn't want to like confuse her with giving her a new name. And we like the name Nova. We think it's pretty. So now we're gonna go in with eyes. So I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. Just gonna use a couple shades out of here. So what else shall I talk about? I don't even know. Okay, so first we are going to go in. I'm going to take this Real Techniques, what is this? Base shadow brush. It's kind of just like a fluffy like crease brush. And I think I'm going to take Commando, which is kind of like a, can't even, there we go. Kind of like a purpley taupe, like a light taupe. I don't even know how to explain this color. But I'm just going to pop that in my crease as my transition shade. I don't even know what else to talk about now. So we have a lot of stuff to do in our apartment now that we're moving on to base. So this will be our second move since March. So obviously our first move was coming all the way down here, and that was super stressful because we had to pack up literally our entire lives from back home, which took probably about 2 weeks, I would say. And it took us a while to like unpack the stuff that we have unpacked now, which we still don't even have everything unpacked because we don't have the room for everything too, and there's just some things that didn't need to be unpacked. Anyways, we are going to take we're gonna take Faith, which is just a nice like light brown on this Morphe M573 and pop that into the crease. And I am super excited. We are going to have a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom house, which is probably a lot for 2 people, but we're honestly so excited because ultimately we want to make 1 bedroom a guest bedroom for any like family or friends that come and visit, and then we're going to make another bedroom kind of like our combination room, kind of like how this is. So it'll be like his office plus my beauty room, so I can go in and obviously, like, you know, film my videos and have my makeup all in one spot, and he can go into the room whenever he needs to and focus on his studying and all that stuff. I'm just gonna take Below, which is just a shimmery kind of pearly color, and just pop that on my brow bone. I don't feel like making this a super dark look today, so I'm not gonna add anything extra to my outer corner. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. detail crease brush, and I'm just going to take a combination of the 2 colors that I used for my crease, so Faith and Lockout, and just blend those on my lower lash line. Okay, so we got that. So we're going to go back to this palette in a minute. Now I'm going to take this Lorac Tantalizing Dark Chocolate Bronze Eyeshadow Palette. This is another part of the set that I told you guys in my last video that I got like years ago. I'm gonna go in with this just like super light champagne-y shade. And I'm going to take this Elizabeth Mott All Over Eyeshadow Brush. I got this in an Ipsy bag actually. And that's something else that I can talk about. For my birthday, which was back in May, my mother-in-law and sister-in-law bought me a year subscription of Ipsy bags. So I've only gotten 2 so far, and I usually get them by like the middle of each month. So let me know down below if you guys would like to see those like unboxing kind of like what's in my Ipsy bag type videos every month. I know people have been doing it for so long, and Ipsy has, you know, been around for so long already, but if you want to see that, just let me know down below. So now I'm gonna go on to mascara. I'm not gonna do any upper lash line liner today. I just feel like kind of keeping this more like light look. So I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. Absolutely love this mascara. I understand why so many people talk about it. Makes my eyelashes look phenomenal. I just absolutely love it. I understand why people like it so much, and it doesn't clump my eyelashes either. Like, it separates them so nicely. I'm also not one of those people that puts on multiple coats of mascara. I used to do that back in high school, but I hate it. I just felt like it ended up making my mascara super clumpy and like spidery looking, which is not the look that I like. So I always just do 1 coat of mascara. So that's the mascara, and now I'm gonna go in with my inner corner highlight. But first I gotta do my handy dandy NYX eyeshadow pencil in Milk. I still use this to this day. If you guys watched like OG Beauty Gurus back like, gosh, probably like 7 to 10 years ago probably. Everyone used to use this. This was like everybody's like base, and a lot of people don't use it anymore, but I always use it in my inner corner to put down like a sticky base before my inner corner highlight, because it makes my inner corner highlight pop more. But we're just gonna go back in with the Naked Basics palette, just an angled eyeshadow brush, and just go back in with Below like we used on our brow bone, and just pop that into my inner corner. Gonna go in with my e.l.f. retractable no budge liner in Coffee like I used in my previous video. I'm gonna use this mirror, or try to at least. Just pop this on my waterline. I don't usually do it like this, so this is a struggle. Also, my hands are shaking, so that's not helping me either. I'll zoom you guys in a little bit. So this is what we got going on for the eyes. So just a pretty kind of like bronzy, neutral eye. Got the brown eyeliner going on there. Now we're gonna do eyebrows. I just brush them out, and then I outline them with this, brush them out again to kind of distribute some of the pencil that I use to outline them, and then I just fill and set them with my Gimme Brow in shade number 3. So I'm actually going to do that off camera so I can really like focus in on my mirror, and I will be back after. Alright, so eyebrows are done, and now last but not least we're going to do lip. So this is the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Stripped. It's just a pretty nude color. So I'm just going to go in with this. This is the finished look. Just very natural, everyday, pretty easy. I don't think it took me a super long time. Obviously it took a little bit longer because I was sitting here talking and, you know, kind of taking like breaks in between. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it wasn't too like rambly and like annoying, but at the same time I feel like talk through videos, and especially this one being like an update, there's just been so many things that has happened since the last time I really like sat down and kind of like talked to you. And I didn't write anything down either, so I didn't have like a list of what I was gonna say and like an order that I was gonna say things in. It was kind of just whatever popped into my head at the time was what I was gonna go with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button and please subscribe down below. I would certainly appreciate it. As usual, if there's any video ideas that you would like to see from me, please leave them down in the comments below, especially because I'm trying to, you know, do these videos as often as I can. So I really need ideas to like, you know, keep this whole thing going. I do have quite a few that I have come up with myself, but if there's anything specific that you would like to see from me, please let me know. And yeah, that's it for this video. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.